I'm learning a lot about myself and my programmation too.
And do you understand now, Patty, what is the programs and what do they mean? What do they have in a way have what they have done to us?
Oh yes, of course. And I read about this, and now when you are speaking and explaining us the different um, states of our conscious and all those things, I begin to understand that maybe there's something that's happening with myself.
Yeah, Patty. Caroline, good you're here. We're 1 minute and we will start. Just 1 minute more. I can tell you that something that I have to you all that I have find out that I have learned a lot from teaching this class. One is about technology and that I was not sharing my PowerPoint that I was very proud that I did. And like, well, I thought everybody was seeing it because I was. You see, our experience in a way are very different than others, even if our perspective is close-minded, because I thought it was what I thought it was sharing it with everybody. So that was actually a lot of teaching for me in many levels, not only in technology. It was probably my also my perspective of how do I observe life, because we are always receiving message from the spirit, and that was a very good one for me. And that I still learning from it. Omar, what do you have learned from it, from this class? We're waiting a little bit for the people to arrive.
What have I learned from the class?
Yes.
Um, Self-reflection. Don't beat yourself up over things that happened long ago, because you could change your choices and change your decisions, change your outlook on things.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Not to feel guilty over little things. Yeah, just keep on the quest for higher self. Remember that choice that you made in the past is not permanent. You still can reflect on it and change it.
And we learn and we start observing everything as a lesson. Like my boo that I thought I was sharing a PowerPoint, and no, I was sharing only to myself. Any mistake that we do is teach us something about us, and it have layers. We can say, oh, I don't know too much technology. That's one layer.
Right.
Layer, it was probably that I was being blindfolded and trying to be so perfect in everything. That's why my PowerPoint, I promise, it was very pretty. I was trying to be the perfectionist, and I forgot what it was more important. And I forgot to listen to everybody. That's why I wanted to start today in listening you two guys, because that's what I
Oh
taught
yeah.
in my boo-boo of the PowerPoint for 2 days.
Hey, but the important thing is all the information got across to us, and everybody listened and absorbed and all participated, and you still got all your lessons across, and you too learned a lesson in technology, so everybody won.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Caroline, what did you have learned in this one? In this class, Caroline? Is this has helped you? or not? At the same time, you, Edna, you can tell me in Spanish, Edna. I would translate, so don't worry about that. If you can do it, you can say it in English. Remember, guys, that my first language is Spanish, and if I say the wrong words or I don't come across in the way that you can understand me, please stop me and let me know, so like that I can explain better myself, because probably I forgot the word. Is my first language is not it's not English. And for some of the participants that are right now here, is the same thing. The first language is Spanish, and they're making the effort to be here and to understand this class in English. For we, all of us, we can understand it. So if you guys do not understand me, or in English or in Spanish, let me know, so like that I can explain better myself. And also, Shannon, what do you have learned from this class? Hello, Maria Luisa. Thank you for being here. Okay. Then today we're going to start centering ourselves. So we let go whatever problems we have from outside, and we can be in the here and now in this class. So let's close our eyes. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Caroline says that yes, I feel your presence has been taught me much as word and teachings have. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too. Thank you. And Marilena says, I have enjoyed your course so far. It has reassured me to accept myself and others for who they are, and not to be judging myself or others. Yes, that's very freeing. Very, very freeing. But okay, now let's get comfortable in our seats. And if you're here, please let us know in the group of message in Facebook. I can't see who it is unless they say hello. And I can see them in Zoom, but not in Facebook. And if you're watching the replay in this, please don't forget to put replay. And okay, now let's center ourselves. Let's close our eyes. Let's take a big breath and take it to our stomach. Hold it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Slowly. Again, let's take another big breath. Let's take it to our stomach. Hold it. And let it out. Slowly. Again, let's take another big breath. Slowly. Let it out. Now we're going to take it to our chest. Hold it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Follow your breath. Again, let's take it to our chest. Following your breath. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Again, let's take it to our chest. Following the breath. Hold it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Now let's take it to our head. Hold it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. One more time. Let's take it to our head. Hold it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it out. One more time to our head. Hold it and let it out. Now send your awareness to your feet, and we're gonna anchor in this moment. We're gonna go down, down as the roots of our tree, our feet becomes a tree, roots of a tree, and they start going down, 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 down to the center of the earth. Find a place to anchor your roots, and in the next breath, you're gonna make it thicker and thicker and thicker. And now let's take the energy of the center of the earth, going up, 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 up to your body. And you're gonna detain it a little bit in your heart center, in your heart chakra. Fill your heart with the energy of the center of the earth. And now we're gonna continue going to all the upper chakras until it goes out from our crown chakra, our center of our head, and take it up, 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 you pass the sun. We are gonna go to the central sun. We're gonna bring down the energy of the central sun in a tube from all our body to our spinal cord, and we're gonna take it to the center of the earth. And in the next breath, we're bringing the center of the earth, the energy of the center of the earth, and we make that column about 6 feet away from us. We expanded that big, and if we desire to make it bigger, you can. It's protections and making this space sacred, where we're gonna be centered and anchored. And now let's bring back our presence to our body in the here and now. I am here, here I am. I am here, here I am. I am here, here I am. And we bring back our presence to the present moment, and we open our eyes and we stretch our body to feel our beautiful and amazing vehicle that transports us to wherever we chose. And oh, nice to see you, Susan. I'm glad you make it. Well, now let me share my PowerPoint, please. If you don't see it, guys, let me know. No, I did it wrong again. Oh gosh. Share screen. Okay. And from the current slide. Okay, do everybody can see it finally? Ah, I did it.
Yeah, we can see it. I got it.
Good. Okay, we're gonna start from our code spiral in. Again, this is the last day. This is a day that I'm gonna have some gifts for some people that is interested. And let's start with our conscience. Remember that yesterday we were talking about the conscious levels in our evolution as human beings. Well, today we're gonna be talking about the high intermediary consciousness that we have. And when we start going up in our conscience, um, well, I was thinking that maybe I should go a little bit, well, that's going to be a pain. Well, okay, we're going to start from here. The courage is the next one that we're going to be talking today. In the courage, that's when we start getting more energy. We're not sad, we're not depressed, we're not in the lower states. And remember that we have the anger, that we have the shame and the guilt and all those that we talked yesterday. Well, today we're talking about the courage right now in this one. When we start observing the world as an adventure, we still do not know what is going on in the world, but we start feeling more alive. And there is like when you get in an adventure, and let's say you imagine yourself, you're going to go on vacations, you start getting excited when you start packing that you should take this dress or you should take that pants or wash shoes, and you start getting all that excitement. Okay, a lot of the time when you want to manifest something, this is where the magic starts, because you start getting that courage for asking for yourself, for asking for new adventures, for asking for things for you. That's why I start going into the high conscience, because finally you start asking what you really want. And that's what is really important for all of us. And we start seeing that we can have possibilities, we can choose different things. And that's what is very, very important for all of us. Then we also have, then we go into the neutrality, is the next one. In the neutrality, that's a very important one, because yesterday we were talking about the judgments to others or to ourselves. Okay, when we're in the neutrality and we're becoming the observer, we don't judge. And when we don't judge, we become free, because we're not expecting to control someone or being controlled by someone. So that one is a very important one. When when we're judging people, we're getting control by our emotions, that why that person is not acting that way, why that person is not eating a certain way. And that's when we're judging. And when we judge, remember, when we're controlling someone, that we talk about this, when you're controlling someone, you get control by the same thing or object or person that you want to control. So let's put an example, my PowerPoint. I I was so much in such a control that I lost the control over trying to be the perfectionist in this. But each one of us, we have a different experience in our lives and different examples, all of us, because we all have passed through that, and we still do sometimes the same mistake over and over and over. And it doesn't matter how many times you do the mistakes, it's how many times you're gonna try to be better. How many times you fall, it doesn't matter. You know, many times, okay, the many scientists, they discover many times, many ways how not to do things. So we're becoming masters of knowing what we should not do. So we can try it different. I have heard that this, I don't like the word crazy, because everybody is like, yesterday we talked, the concept of happiness for me is going to be different for someone else, or the way of someone enjoying their day or their lives is going to be different for someone else. And the word crazy applies for the same thing. So when we are in the neutral part, many people will call us crazy because we are not judging, because the society program us to the society program us in that moment to actually be judgmental. We need to judge the people. We need to tell them what to do. We need to educate them. When in reality, everybody as an adult already make their own choices. I'm not trying to force you to do anything in this class. That's never going to be my intentions if I come like that. It's never going to be that my intention. Why? Because you have to make your own choices. I can't make the choices for you. No one should make the choices for you. Why? Because you want your power back. Whatever you wanna your power back, you can be controlling other people or judging other people. Because or else you're giving away your power. You want to recuperate your power, you need to stop doing that. That's my advice. And this is what I have learned. Again, I only can speak about my own experience. And this is what I have learned. So when you're in the neutrality, you start trusting that you're safe and protected. You can't tell me, oh, I'm gonna start channeling, and you're full of fear, or I'm gonna start, I don't know, skydiving, and my fear is gonna stop me to do it. But if I come into the place of neutrality, then I can jump from that plane to skydive. But if I do not coming from that place of neutrality, that you can do it like right now, we just did it. We just center ourselves. You can do it through breathing. You can do it like Caroline did an amazing video today about using essential oils, and she was giving a demonstration of lavender. That was a great example, Caroline. When you just put it, and that's another way to actually center yourselves. Each one of us have different ways of centering ourselves. Walking in the grass, hugging a tree, going to the beach. There's thousands and thousands of ways that each one of us is different. I just share a few of the ways that I know, but there are thousands. And each healer, each light worker, starseed, whatever you want to call us, it doesn't matter. We have different ways to center ourselves, or we have learned different ways that work for us. Maybe what worked for me, it doesn't work for you. So you need to try a new one, because there's always new ways. There's not only one way. And when we don't become attached to any possessions or situations of outcomes, we are in the neutrality. If we say, I'm going to put me as an example, I wanted to move outside of the valley. And I was planning to do it before the pandemic started. In fact, my garage is still full of boxes because I was moving. But if I became so attached of my own fears that I should not move because, oh my God, something is going to happen to me, I would not never move from here. I need to actually let go the comfortable house that I'm living, the comfortable situation that I'm living. And when the adventure starts, remember that we have the courage, is when actually you let go any attachments that you have to someone or to something. And that's when you start feeling more alive. But if for you, the possessions are your house, your car, the money, and all the all the all the all the things that makes you life comfortable, you're never going to experience life. You're never going to experience that adventure. I'm not saying letting go and release about them. No, live a comfortable life. But when you get out of your comfortable zone, that's when you start the adventure. That's when everything start actually happening to is when you can start seeing changes in your life. Why? Because you are repairing also your brain. Remember that we were talking about repairing our brain in the last classes, the two last classes. Well, when you get out of your comfortable zone and you're letting go in this neutrality, the fear, the the what is going to happen next, and you actually letting go, that's when you start your adventure, and you start feeling alive. You start repairing your brain, that you're out of your comfortable zone. I know it is difficult. Oh my God, believe me, so many times I failed in that one, and I got up and I got up over and over and over until I start letting go, and I start living what is going to happen today, what is going to bring me today. I've been in many sun dances, and I've been in American Indian ceremonies in Mexico and in United States, with the Chactos in Oklahoma. And something that I learned from them is everything they observe, all the insects and all the animals, they were bringing a message. And when you start decoding every single message that passed through you, like, and you can see something very palpable because it happened today. It happened 3 days ago when I started this class, that I forgot about the PowerPoint, that how to share it. I thought I was sharing it, but that was a message for me. I decode the message. What it was that message teaching me? Now, that for you guys. That is a homework that I put to a lot of my students, the people that I work with, is get a journal and write down every single message that you received today. Maybe you will not understand it, but later on you can decode it. Oh, I saw tons of ants all over. What did that mean? Well, for the American Indians, or the natives, even in Mexico, United States, I believe probably in the rest of the world, I only can speak about my continent because I'm not too sure about the other continents about the natives. The ants means a lot of work as the same as the bees. And you can search this in Google. Don't follow me in this one. I am not an expert neither in this area. But this is my experience when I was with them. So I started coding. Why the wind changed from one side and changed to the other exactly when I was thinking something. Why I'm just gonna come out and a rain just come in my and just hit me and it changed all my dress and I have to change another suit or another dress. What does that mean? That you should go? There's a message that you should go or you shouldn't go because we have something that that they haven't teach us, that we actually have three brains. We don't have only this brain. The doctors, yes, they told you, okay, you only think with this one. But in reality, we're thinking with three parts of our own body, all of us. You have the gut instinct, you know when you should not do that or when you should do that, and you can listen to it or not. But you are actually thinking with your gut. You can feel it in your heart, an emotion, strong emotion tell you if you should do it or you shouldn't do it. And at the same time with your brain. So if you get into the neutrality, it's easier to actually listen to your three brains, your gut, your heart, and your head. And then we come to the willingness. When we come to the willingness, uh, when we come to the willingness, in that one, we are willing to actually change and we're starting to surrender. Surrender is not a bad word. I know it's been programmed to all of us to be how I'm gonna surrender my femininity, how I'm gonna surrender my peace. But in reality, you're surrendering or you're resisting to it. That's a question that you should ask to yourselves when you are so afraid to surrender something. It's probably because yes, you have to stand up and for your rights and for whatever you think or you wish, but also how many times actually you surrender to your higher self that is trying to guide you, or to source that is trying to guide you, or your angels, or whoever your guides are. How many times you surrender or you're too afraid to actually to do it. And the willingness, that's when we start in a different conscience. You realize that's when we are able to do actually more things. And if I have come this far along in my, believe me, I did not started where in my self-trust where I am now. It's been a process. It's been a process because of course I doubted a lot of myself through the process, and I was needing to actually surrender to myself. And that was the hardest part. I have surrendered to many things in my life, but to myself, it was one of the hardest parts. Because in that moment, we're not bounded for any judgments of anybody because we're following our own guidance. We know what is right. We know our own values. We know what is motivate us. So we don't care about the judgments of others. And at the same time, we're not putting judgments on others. So we're not making those ties and those chains that actually can get us stuck. And it's up to us if we can go into that willingness. And if you start observing how we came from the shame, to the willingness. And it's just a matter of conscience. It's a matter of changing our way of observing things. I I always I have explained this many times to many of the people that I work with. When we change the example of the conscience, is we go historically, the women in the 1800s could not vote, could not have a credit card on their name, could not even have property on their name. And then it came the 1930s, I believe, in the United States. In other countries, was in different state in different times. I might be wrong in exactly the day or the year when American women, American, United States women can start voting and start having a credit card and start having properties in their name. But now it's a norm. Now it's a norm that women, we can vote, we can have a credit card, we can drive, we can use blue jeans, but that is normal now. Why? Because our state of conscience changed. And that's why now is normal. Now is normal to that we know that we can communicate to any part of the world through a computer. When I was little, we didn't have that. I could not imagine that we can communicate through cell phones. Oh my God, that was inconceivable. But the cell phones also brought a change of conscience that for us now is normal to have a cell phone and we can communicate to any place of the world. And the same applies also for the internet. Do you observe how our conscience starts shifting with all the technology, with also with our rights, with the men? Now we know the men can cry. In the 1800s, a man couldn't cry because they would think he's weak. Now in this time, I don't see any man that cries is weak. I see, he had the guts. He can do it. He can express emotions. That's a conscience that slowly is going to be changing more and more with every single human being. It's not what we think, what is strong, what we used to think that it was strong in the 1800s, and what we think is strong in 2020. It is very different. 20 have changed our lives completely because it have forced us to go deep inside of us, to start analyzing us and start growing. We don't have too many distractions like we used to have before the 2020. So these have changed our conscience because we have forced us to embody ourselves. So think about that one. That's a great thing that 2020 have brought to all of us worldwide. Not only one nation and not only one person, it was worldwide because we were in lockdown. So we have to dig into all our emotions because we're in quarantine. We at the beginning we couldn't even go out. The mask, the fear. At the beginning, I remember the fear. They're like, "Oh my God, am I gonna get sick? My kids are gonna get sick." So we stay at home. And yes, many things happen in that time. Many couples separate, other ones got together, other ones got pregnant, other ones died. So many things happen to the human being worldwide. And that changed our conscious, like the cell phone. Just think about it. Don't believe me everything I say, but I would like you to just think about it. I might be wrong. When we're in the willingness, we also have hope. Hope that we can change our lives. Hope that we can actually do something with our dreams. Because we thought we had lost our daydreams. We thought that we couldn't follow whatever we really came to do here because hey, we have to pay the bills and so we can't do our dreams. But we just have to find a new way to follow our own voice, and maybe we have to change it. I used to teach these classes in person and now I'm doing it online. I have to change different ways to teach. We have to find different ways. What else you're gonna do? I've been painting for 37 years, guys. I exhibit all around the world. I used to have a bunch of art exhibits. I used to organize art events, cultural events. And now I'm having art exhibits online, you know, and my focus have changed from, I'm not saying I stop painting. I can't. That's part of who I am. But my focus have changed more into my personal growth. So things change if we're willing to change with the time. The more we resist to change, more difficult it's gonna be for all of us. And this one, I would like to the acceptance. Well, obviously, after the willingness, it comes the acceptance. That's when we realize that we are all creators. When I'm talking about we're all creators, we're creating our life in this moment. We are creating our future. Why? Because we're creating it now. Anyone can read the tarot. Anyone can. I am a seer. Sometimes I have visions, but I don't even like to talk about my visions that I have because they can change. The same visions that I have. There are many timelines and many dimensions, and we're jumping. We're not all the time, consciously or unconsciously. I don't care who you are. You might you might jump to a new timeline, and you don't even realize it, or a different a dimension or a different timeline, and you don't even realize it. What I'm gonna be teaching later on in my classes in my system is actually to be conscious when that happens. You can notice, because you don't notice, then what is the point that you're jumping into timelines, and how you're going to choose the best timeline for you if you don't know that you just jump to a new timeline. And when you have the acceptance that you are in a new reality and you start accepting and believing in yourself, you start creating that reality. You can choose the best one and you can surrender to that new one. You understand that we are, when I came to understand what it was God, that's a touchy point, but well, when I came to understand it was, I am a channeler. I explained this at the beginning, and I always in contact with my guides. In fact, later on I will tell you about, I had a visit last night. It was very, very interesting from a very, very strong being. But well, when I start changing to my life and I start channeling more, and I ask, who's God? For what is God or what is source? Remember that I mentioned at the beginning that I became atheist for a while? Well, that's when I started asking all those questions, because I have lost hope. I have lost faith. I have lost, of course, I was trying not to believe in God because I was thinking in the God as the religious one. That doesn't have to do anything with the real thing, with the real being that is part of us. It gave me an example. I was more an artist in that time, and they tell me, okay, you put a white canvas in front of you, and it says paint, and it says what I'm gonna paint. Oh, whatever is in your emotions. All artists, we paint by emotions. We can't create anything if we're not putting an emotion. So that's why the artwork of every single artist is different, because it goes by their emotions. It can variate in techniques and so forth, but the theme or the image that we're going to project or paint or write or write a song or a movie or whatever, it comes from that inspiration of that emotion deep inside of you, and we project it outside. So it tell me, okay, how many paintings you have in your house? Like, I have tons of paintings. I don't even fit in here anymore. And not only mine, there's some of my daughter and so forth. And I have too many paintings that literally I don't even have a dining room because it's full of paintings. But and each one piece that I did, it was a different emotion that I was passing, that I was needing to learn from that emotion. I was painting my emotions to let it out of myself so I can have a different perspective, even before I knew what I was doing. So I can paint it and I can see a perspective about whatever it was happening into my life in that moment. We're storytellers. Artists, we're storytellers. We're going to tell you how is society in that moment, or how is our being in that moment, or our love in that moment, to someone or to us, or we paint by emotions. And each piece is a different emotion. Well, God decided to do the same thing. Each one of us is different of the other one because we're different expressions of God. So this is how it was explained to me. And this is how I came to understand how much creators we are also with our life. We are creating in every single thought, and if we add the emotions, we're creating our reality. In the moment we choose something different, our reality change. That's why when I become a seer and I'm seeing a possibility of something, I don't go like, oh, this is definitely, and it's written in stone. No, it's not. Because in the moment, the other person that I'm seeing the image or myself, I change a choice because I always going to have the free will because we were all born with that, with the free will. In the moment we decide a different choice or the other person, it's going to change whatever I saw. So that's why I don't stick too much in my visions that what I see is going to happen, or the tarot, or anything like that, because it will change. It depends on your vibration too, because in the moment you start putting positive things in your mind and the positive emotions in all your body, because it comes in all your body, your vibration change. And when your vibration change, your experience are going to change. And it's just matter of practice. At the same time, when we have the acceptance, we have better discernment. What it is true, what is our body telling us, what is our guides telling us. It feels right or it feels wrong. But we're not in the fear anymore. So we can say, oh, this being that is talking to me is trying to control me, manipulate me, so forth. It can't be of the light. Why? Because my guides and my higher self and all the beings of light, they do suggestions. So thanks to the acceptance that I have, that I'm actually know that I'm channeling, I can have also the discernment where it's coming from. It's coming from my fears, or it's coming from someone else that is projected to me, or where it's coming from. But for that, we have to have first the acceptance of who we are, and that we are actually listening and feeling or smelling or tasting different things outside of us. And we start observing also that the how the systems start playing out, that there's also a bigger picture of everything that surrounds us. And this one is when I can call them the traps, because in that trap, when you start seeing, observing the systems and so forth that they're falling, I call them rabbit holes. And there are thousands of rabbit holes in this part, thousands and thousands of rabbit holes. So you can go in one of those rabbit holes and never comes out, because there's going always, you're going to find more information, and you're going to forget about your personal work because you're too concentrated in whatever rabbit hole you decide to go. I'm not going to say that when I wake up, of course I wake up to the rabbit holes, because that will wake you up. They're satanic cults. They are doing something to the kids, what they're doing to the animals, the governments, the schooling, the religions, the name it. There are thousands and thousands. They ETs, they this. There are thousands and thousands of rabbit holes. But when we learn to have our own guidance, we can understand that, hey, it's better to get your answer by your higher self or your guides that a lot of the times in the news or YouTube channel or any source. Or you can hear them, it's like, that doesn't sound right. But you can feel it because you're ready in the acceptance and you're already in 350 in your state of conscious. So it will be easier for you to can actually discern better. And this is a beautiful adventure that you should try. I'm not saying that you have to. No, you should try something different. Like if you have never tried octopus, try it. You might like it. You might not. It's like it's your choice at the same time. Because all of this experience of life is your choice, and you're creating this beautiful world for you. Whatever is outside, remember we talk, is just a reflection in how we feel. Raise your vibration, centering yourself, anchoring yourself. That's one way to raise your vibration. And your experience of life is going to be different in that moment. There's another trap. Imagine that you're already going into the step ladder or in the ladders going up, up on your conscience, and you encounter these traps. And these traps can get you in the horrible shame and depress and so forth, and bring you completely down. And you have to again start going up in the ladders. It's your choice to do that or not. Remember, be aware of the traps of their mind and their ego at the same time. When we get into the reason that is a little more up of the acceptance, we start understanding why people act like they act. In that moment, we start when we hear someone saying something so horrible, and we can say, okay, I know where it's coming from because in my past this and this and this. There's no judgment in there at all. It's just understanding why that person is saying this or saying that or acting this way or acting that way. And there's no judgment in that. But we start being, in a way, a little more compassive too. We seek in that time when we're in that reason state and we already have the acceptance and so forth. That's when we start searching for a lot of information. Be aware of this one too, guys. That's where there's also a trap here. Why? Because you start getting all information. I have heard, I don't know how many people, like, I work with Archangel Michael all the time. I even paint him. That's one of my paintings in the back. And I have heard many people telling me, oh, the angels or the archangels are demonic and things like that. But I truly believe that whatever we believe, us, we're creating it. Or that's what our reality is. I'm not saying that person is wrong or is right, but neither myself. So I can discern from my own guides if, if that is true or not. I continue working with Archangel Michael because for me, I don't have any problems with that. I don't think he's demonic or trying to control me. He have never, ever tried to control me or tell me what to do. But maybe some people have. And that moment when you start searching for more information about the UFOs, the satanic cults, the Luciferians, the government, the politics, the this and that, and you can go directly to a rabbit hole that will get you to the shame and blame in the bottom. So that is you intellectualize everything in your head and you stop feeling. Be aware of that because that's a big trap. How many people have studied, I don't know how many degrees, and have read all the books in the world, and everything is here, but they have never practiced it. They have never actually gone into the neutral side and tried to actually feel how it feels talking to your higher self, how it feels feeling love for others. Yes, it says in the books that you should have unconditional love and compassion. You can find it in thousands and thousands of books of healers, light workers, or way showers, etc. Me right now saying it, thousands and thousands of people. But are you understanding it with your head, or you're feeling it with your heart? That's the trap. So right now, I'm going to stop the sharing because I want to hear you. And if there's any questions, let me know, guys. My God, I have to get out here. Okay, let's read some questions. Thanks for liking my paintings, Catherine. Caroline, I love, don't go. I love the way you explain this. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Alexandra, yesterday in the class, you talk about emotions and notice how I was in the lowest vibration. I decided to change and it has been 2 days. Let go the resistance. I'm starting to let myself. Good, I'm so happy. Yes, is I call it, I talk about this a lot of the time with many of my clients, that is like a notch when you're, remember when we used to synchronize the old radios that we had, that you just click like a button and go to the next notch and the next notch. Well, we're doing that. And when we raise our vibration, it is easier. And the way you can raise your vibration is follow your breathing, follow it, and take it to your 3 brains that you have: the stomach, your heart, and your head. That's why we do it. That's one way. There are many ways to raise your vibration. Seeing beauty, hearing beauty, it will raise your vibration. I wish I was living closer to mountains or more rivers and things like that, because nature can make you raise your vibration. Nelly, where I can get the other 2 classes? Oh, Nelly, the other 2 classes, you can get them in the same group. I put it as a units. There's unit 1 and unit 2, and this is going to be unit 3. Well, in the Facebook live, I can hear your voice only in the Zoom, Nelly. And let's go now in the Zoom, guys. How's everybody over here? Do you have any questions? Edna? Could I talk?
¿Me oyes?
Sí.
Ah. No, no tengo ninguna pregunta, solamente te había escrito que se me están clarificando mucho más puntos, ¿no? Y bueno, ahora es muy importante, por ejemplo, lo de el planteamiento de la aceptación y del ser creativo. Cada quien es su propia creación, pero a la vez su propia creatividad, ¿no?
Sí.
Entonces, asimismo también pues se tiene una imagen de Dios, se tiene una imagen, cada quien va a tener su imagen a partir también de su experiencia y de su trabajo interior, exterior y de lo que desee, ¿no?
Let me cut you there, and that's all. I can translate what you just told me, because if we get it too long, I'm not that good translator. Edna is talking about our experience and how we understand God, or everything is going to be in our own vision, in our own experience, and by our own filters. Am I right, Edna? That's what you said?
Sí, no, estaba diciendo que eso estaba mucho más claro en ese sentido. Entonces, uno tiene que no sé, tiene que trabajar el crecimiento interno, pero también el externo, ¿no?
Yes,
O sea, yo creo que todo está conectado.
yes, Edna is saying that we have our do the personal work, internal work, and also the external work because everything is connected. Yes, the vehicle. The thing is, Edna, is this: when you start work, you want to change the outside of your world. You don't start from outside; you start from inside. The other day, I can't remember where do I heard this amazing example that when you're gonna go and change your hair in front of a mirror, you're not gonna comb the mirror. You have to comb yourself first. So like that, the reflection of you in the mirror, it will change. Do I make myself understand in that example, or it was confusing? Okay.
No, no, para mí no es confuso. Lo que pasa es que creo que estamos también interconectados entre todos, ¿no? Entonces también nos estamos espejeando.
Yes. Definitely, we are mirrors, everybody of everybody, with no exception, even if it triggers. Gracias, Edna.
No, a ti, muchas gracias, Moni.
Okay, I have a question of Catherine. She's saying, could you talk a little bit about how you define your day? What habits each day? Yes, I will. And what supports your life through creativity, spiritual growth? Sure. How I do it, Catherine, is I have came to understand before when I had the school of metaphysics and I used to do way more ceremonies and so forth, and everything was way more complicated. And then if you don't follow the step one, you pass the step two, you have to go back and start all over again. And in that time, I don't think I was as spiritual or connected, and for sure I was not talking with my higher self in that time. I have come to understand that more that I actually let go those uh, those so many steps is actually easier to talk with God, to talk with your higher self, to talk with your angels, ETs, archangels. I don't care what any of your guides, beings of light. The things are simple, and the more simple they are, that's how they work better. So what I do every morning when I wake up, I try to write. I have my little journal book next to my bed. Last night, actually, I wrote a bunch of stuff. That's why it's here, because I did channel last night. It came as a channel and they wake me up. But a lot of times I do have my journal next to my bed and I write down my dreams if I can remember them, because if I get up, I will forget about them completely. Then after that, I start giving thanks to life, thanks to the air, thanks for the roof that I have, thanks for everything that I have, thanks for being alive, and thank you for all the experience I have, because thanks to all that, I am who I am now, and that's why I can be what I'm teaching right now. Or you can be a mother, or you can receive love, or you can give love, or give thanks for everything, because when you give thanks, things come back way more stronger to you. So and then after I do that, I usually take my coffee. I love coffee. And then after that, I do try to go and meditate. And if I don't have the time enough to meditate, I try to go at least outside to water the plants and anchor myself. And if I could not do it through meditation, I do it through gardening, watering the plants or something, so it can ground me to the center of the earth. Then it can be more clear. And in my day, let's say I'm having too much pressure, too much things that I can control, manage, I will stop myself and take the breath and start breathing again. Again, take it to my stomach. Or do you get used to it? You can do it in 3 minutes or 1 minute, as long as you need or want. But that will stop you, and like that, it will make you to think better because you're centered again and you anchor yourself again, and you're bringing back your presence in the present moment. And at night, usually what I do, I go to bed and I actually again I meditate, but I do a review of my day, what I have done, what things I wanted to do different, because I truly believe when we change the emotions of even from the day or 10 years ago or a month ago, when we change the emotion in that time, we're changing the emotion in our present moment. So I do every night, I try to do every night a review of my day. You can journal, or you just can talk to your higher self or your guides, and it's like, okay, I answered someone that should not answer this, I did a mistake. Okay, how I would do it different. Okay, if that person comes again and tell me this and this and this and it trigger me, I will react different because I will say, oh, this and this and this. So that also you're learning the next time they present the same situation, how will you react different? But at the same time, you're changing the emotion that brought you when you react in a certain way. So that's why I review my day. I'm not gonna say that I do it every single night because I forget, I get work or have appointments, I get busy. But I noticed every time when I don't do it, I noticed that I'm still carrying that emotion from the day before because I did not discharge myself for any mistakes. And of course, don't forget to forgive yourselves for any mistakes you do and laugh. Hey, the next time I will not do that again. Why? Because if you take life too seriously, you stop having that adventure. And the adventure is what is going to make you feel alive. The adventure is what is going to bring you to feel happy and enjoy the present moment. Okay, and there's more questions. What do I do personally? Yourself? I just mentioned that, Catherine. Where does the inspiration come from in your art? Well, I've been painting since I'm 6 years old. I started exhibiting when I was 13 years old. I used to own a gallery and so forth, and but I did not notice that every time I painted, or every time I write poetry in Spanish. I thought it was coming through me, like everybody. I was asleep. Let's put it like that. So I did not realize that actually it was just inspiration, the muses, whatever I used to call it. Until one day, one of my guides actually present himself in front of me and started talking to me in the same poetically way, and even with a funny way that sometimes I write my poetry or I feel it funny because, well, we're being for so long together, my guide and me, that I thought it was my inner voice until I heard him talking, and I like, oh, that was not my inner voice. It's always been you. So I know my poetry comes from there. And sometimes I just have a white canvas in front of me and I just start feeling the emotions or something. I just start building like any channeling basically. But those are channelings that last longer because usually a lot of my paintings, some of them, they takes months, or the Arcanio Michael, it took me close to 8 months. So I was channeling the other one, it took me close to 3 months. So I have to stay in the presence so I can paint that. And the funny part is that many of the artists that paint or write songs, they are channeling, but they don't realize it. And the moment they realize it, they're gonna be so surprised as I was. Yes, coffee is awesome. I agree with you, Catherine. Okay. There's no more questions. Okay, let me continue with the PowerPoint. Ah, sharing, right. Share screen. There. Ah, getting easier and easier. You see, just practice getting easier. Now we're going to talk about the higher consciousness. And this is the part that gets really, really beautiful. And I hope I can. We're going to do a meditation with this to anchor this emotion because this is just amazing and wonderful. I like to talk about love and the conditional love. Remember that we have talked how we talk to ourselves. Remember that how we see ourselves in the mirror. I promise when I was younger, I did not like my curly hair. Now I actually enjoy my curly hair. I start loving myself. I start knowing who I was, and I start loving who I was and respecting who I was. How I was gonna ask people to be loyal to me when I was not being loyal to myself. How I was gonna ask someone to love me when I was not loving myself or respecting myself. You can ask someone to do something for you when you're not willing to do it for yourself. So that's where the beginning starts. That knowing the self is one of the more important things. Because when you start knowing yourself and you start, okay, this is who I am. I know now that I do not enjoy rave. Let's put it like that. It's too many people and I will feel uncomfortable. I love myself too much that I will not do that. I did it once and I will not do it again. But I already tried it. Like remember of the octopus that was saying, you never know if you're gonna like octopus or not until you try it. But I did try the rave and I did not like it, so I would not do that to myself again because I love myself too much. But when you start loving yourself and we start opening our heart, that is our center, in that moment you start feeling love for everybody and the judgment poof, completely goes away. Because let's put it like this, when you love your kids, it doesn't matter what they do. Well, it will hurt, whatever. They might hurt you, they might say horrible things, or teenager will tell you horrible things, but you still love them. You have a puppy and your puppy goes and poop everywhere. You will get mad with the puppy, but you will still love the puppy. That's unconditional love. Unconditional love is when we're loving the being or the person or the thing without any judgment, and we're just loving it just as it is, without trying to change it, without trying to modify it, without trying to control it. Love is just is. So ask yourselves, how many times we say to someone that we love them, but we're trying to control them, manipulate them, or tell them what to do, and we're trying to change them. That's the many mistakes that many couples do when they're trying to change the other being because they're not accepting the other person who it is. So ask yourself, do you really love them? But ask one question before, how much I love myself? Because that's where everything starts. And that's when you don't follow any conditions. When you love yourself so much, says, I am not going to settle. I am not going to harm myself in any way because I really love myself. Not playing, and you stop playing games, but at the same time you realize who's playing the games and what game they're playing. Every time I say, oh, and I go with my kids, I want some coffee, can you bring me some coffee? Like, mom, don't play that game. And they're right. I'm playing the game of poor me because I want a coffee, and that's very manipulative on my part and dark. at the same time. And I'm glad that I have teach them well, so they know when I'm playing a game. And I realize, and they look at my hero image, and I realize what game I'm playing in that moment myself. And I stop myself. Why? Because that's not right. If I'm loving them, why I want to manipulate them? Why I want to control them? And I hope this is clear. We're gonna do a meditation with this one when we are gonna be closing, and then we have the joy. The joy is the next one. That's when you start feeling the unity in reality. And the joy, that's when I have felt it. I felt the union between everything, because then you start observing that the mirror image all around you, they're part of you. That's when you start seeing that, not seeing that division that between you and me, and see us. We're one. That's a level, a state of conscience that it is possible. Many of us, we have felt it, and it is hard to maintain in that vibration, in that state of conscience. But I believe, and I have hope that we can learn by practicing every day. So I try to practice that every day, and that's another of the things that I try to feel unconditional love for everybody, have compassion for everybody, and at the same time, don't see that separation between me and someone else. When I hear people using a lot of the poor me, I say, what part of myself is still playing that game? Because for me, I've been listening and listening, it's because there is also a part inside of myself that is playing that game. So I have to dig inside of myself. And of course, feel compassion. Feel compassion because we are all different and we're all passing different experience. So what lessons that person have to came to learn in this timeline. So have compassion and love them. That's all. Sometimes everything goes down when the attitudes and things like that is when we are not having compassion for others, because they are passing through that pain. Don't judge them. They have chose a very difficult lesson probably, or a lesson that we will not choose now. So be aware of that. When we come to the peace, the last one of the, well, not the last one, but one of the last ones, or the high conscious, we start feeling a bliss. We feel connected to everything. I have felt this so many times through meditation. I feel connected to the same universe. There is no fear. I feel protected. I'm part of everything. And I like to do that to my meditations, because I can let go and just surrender to myself and my real being, who I truly am. And remember that we were talking about the observer that is observing the other observer and so forth. You can have thousands of observers. Well, when you're in the peace, there is no distinction, because you are all the observers. And that's where the unity completely resides. Well, now I stop the sharing. And again, escape. Okay. If there is any questions here. Okay, before we go to the meditations to close down our last session, and we celebrate with that feeling unconditional love, I would like to talk about a little bit of my classes and what is also my giveaway here. I'm gonna be teaching. Oh, I got disconnected from Facebook. It looks like it. Hello, Tammy. Huh. I don't know, we got disconnected in Facebook. Sorry, guys. Trying to figure it out. Technology. Technology, technology. Huh. It looks like I'm gonna need to disconnect and connect to Facebook. Sorry, guys. Technology. We got disconnected from Facebook. Had my bandage. Hmm. Hopefully. Nelly Morales is interested in the character. Okay, tell them that we are trying to connect again, please, Patty. Uh, that's what I'm trying to connect. Uh, Live stream. Hmm. Am I live streaming or not? I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Over here in this end, it was saying that no. Okay, I can't see the comments, so you might have to tell me, Patty, the comments, because for some reason my computer can't do it. Okay, then let me go and share my screen. I don't know what is happening in my end, but well, I'm glad. So, oh no, Monica, you did it wrong again. And share screen. Share from correct slide. Okay, I'm gonna be having two types of classes for different prices and for each one of you. And today we were working really hard in about the models and so forth. Well, not today, I was putting together, and last night even my guides helped me in that one because I was asking too much about what I should be teaching, what else do I do, and what else do I take out. So in the integration group settings, that's we're going to be having, I'm working on a web page that is not done yet, but we're going to be working in a group settings, and in that is going to be running for 12 months. Guys, in that private group, we're going to have one Zoom every 2 weeks. That is going to be, it's not going to be every week, it's going to be every 2 weeks. And I'm going to be teaching a different lesson, a different class. And also we're going to have activations, we're going to have meditations. I like to have leave homework, like the one I just was saying, that when you guys are, like you start writing all the messages, so like that we can codify, you learn how to codificate each one of the messages. That's one of the homeworks that I would put because it's just fascinating and makes you feel so alive. So that's one of the homeworks. There are many homeworks that we're going to be working in each one. So like that you really understand the concept and you actually embody the concept. Because remember, we're going to be working with all the conscience because we want to feel joy, not only love, we want to feel that unity. But even if we have to work from the beginning, from the shame, we're going to be doing different exercises and different homeworks and practice and meditations and so forth. We're going to be talking how you talk about yourself, of judging others, and recovering your power back. This is going to be a group settings. So there's going to be also Q&As in this one. So like that and only the persons that actually are registered are going to be in that private group. Now, the cost of this class, if you pay in full for the whole year, is $1,000. The payments plan every month is going to be $99 US dollars for the 12 months. That's one of the options I have. The other option I have is the integration system one-on-one life coaching. This is going to be actually not going to be for 6 months. It's going to be for 8 months. I'm sorry about that. I just had some more classes. I wanted to teach more things like how to jump into dimensions and how to remote viewing and things like that. So remote viewing. I can't see if you send me a chat from Zoom. I can't see it because I'm sharing the screen. Send it a message through Messenger, please. But I can do both. It's only one screen I have here, unless we do it with my phone. But well, so it's about. It's gonna be 12. That is gonna be for 8 months. The one-on-one class. Let me see if I can connect. Let me. Let me connect again to. Just let them know that I'm connecting. Today that I had the PowerPoint, Facebook started playing games with me. Okay. Patty, let me know if I'm connected. I'm connected to Facebook because my screen is white here.
Hi, on Facebook. You're not.
Am I connected? Facebook.
No, you're not.
Facebook is not letting me connect. Facebook. Well, let me continue this so like that we have this recording and if you can tell them what it's about, you can take a photo, Patty, and send it to them. I would appreciate that because I don't know why I can't. No, my phone is not letting me do that. Any Patty. No, just take a photo, send it to them, please, and tell them that I'm gonna be continue trying, and or if they can come to the Zoom, they also invite them to the Zoom. Okay, and in Zoom we can accept them, and like that, all of them they can come in, and the link is in there in the group. The photo of the screen. Okay. And tell them to come to the Zoom, please, because for some reason Facebook is not letting me connect. Okay, let me continue with this before I get more distracted. So the class is going to be for 8 months. It's going to be coaching one-on-one, where I'm going to be actually checking on you if you have done the homework, if you have any doubts and so forth. I'm going to have one Zoom every week, and it's going to be a new teaching every week. Except when we're doing in this class, I'm going to be teaching channeling in one-on-one live coaching. So it's going to be at least 2 classes like that, because we are going to learn different kinds of channeling and so forth. In this one, we're going to be learning remote viewing. We're going to be learning how to jump timelines, how to, well, the law of attraction is going to be for both of them. So like that, they can attract what they really want. And in this one day, they're going to have one therapy session a week in this live coaching one-on-one for 8 months. Again, it's going to be also some activations, meditations. I'm going to, again, leave homeworks, and I'm going to be checking how they're going with the homework, because this is in one-on-one, guys. It's not a group thing. So in a group thing, I can say in general, but it's not, they're not going to have the access of the session. And there's going to be, of course, activities and different exercises, so we can integrate and we can actually anchor all the teachings and all the knowledge that we're going to be acquiring. And of course, we're going to have a Q&A, and I also going to have a WhatsApp, if that's the best method to communicate. So like that, you can answer me, or you can ask me any questions when you need it. Not when you're feeling really low, or you're working with some issues, or you're working with some things that actually are needing to, because we're going to be bringing out some stuff from the past, or some stuff that is very painful. So you're going to need that support, and that's why I'm here. I am a life coach. Well, in this one, we didn't change it, or let me. Well, for 6 months, it's only 5,555 for the. Yeah, I don't have that information. Well, for the 8 months is 7,000 paid in full. Let me see if I can share other screen in here. Share screen. Gosh, Monica. Let me just. I'm so sorry. Wait for me, guys. Here, option 2. Okay, in the option 2, so we're gonna be having the prices are, oh my god, I'm doing it right or wrong. I wish the Facebook will be working, and it's still running and nothing. Okay, I'm not going to entertain in that one. So option 2. In the option 2, well, we're going to be like having the live coaching for 8 months, and it's also one Zoom meeting every week for the live coaching one-on-one, not the group settings, but also they are going to have the group access, so like that they can work, they want to work together. And this is an advanced class, guys. This is not for everybody, and that's something I want to be very, very clear. Not everybody is ready to actually compromise to themselves and actually do the work. This is a class. This is a class where it's actually as you're gonna be doing the work, and you're gonna be more compromised with yourself. At the same time, you're gonna have a personalized therapy session once a week. You're gonna have the activations and the meditations, and the homeworks, of course, and the WhatsApp. And each model and each class is going to be of 60 minutes of Zoom. It's going to be the exercises and the meditations in these classes. And I have you need I have already the models. If you're interested, just please let me know. The cost of this class is, one full payment is for $7,000 plus tax, the full payment. Or if you want to make 2 payments for the 8 months, is $3,750 plus tax. Or if you want to make a monthly payments, is for $920 for all that. I usually charge $100 for my therapies. For my therapies. So and that's beside the one that is the hypnosis, that is $150. It's a $300 for the hypnosis, that you're gonna have. One of the sessions is gonna be with like that. So you're gonna be saving more money like that, having it, and all that extra help, all the classes. If you decide to go by that, or you can take the other class that is gonna be only $99 if you're part of this integration system that I'm going to be opening. So I hope you guys are interested. And and something that I do want to mark right now is, if you are for the first 5 people that actually I'm gonna try spiral, for the first 5 people that actually sign up today to Monday, they're gonna have a free session with me, and it's not free of charge. And hopefully you guys are interested, and just to let us know. And if you want to make other kind of arrangements of payments and so forth, you can talk to me. I like to do discovery calls, because like that I know where you're at, and if I can help you, and if we actually are a match to each other, me as your therapist or your life coach, and you're accepting me also as your life coach. So that's why for me it's important, the discovery calls. This might not be for everybody, but at least if that's gonna help you, that's what I'm here for. Okay. Do we have still time for? Do we still? And Patty, can you take also photo of the? You didn't take a photo of the other one. Okay. Oh, hey, everything happened for a reason. And Catherine is still watching me. Everybody's watching me in Facebook. I can't see anyone. I don't know what happened. I don't have a clue that what happened in there. Well, hopefully we find out. Right, guys? I don't know. Facebook. But well, do we have time to do the meditation? Oh, looks like are we there in Facebook or not? Are we in Facebook or not, guys? Okay, can you guys see me?
Moni, no, on Facebook you're not.
It's not letting me connect to Facebook.
¿Ya le mandaste la liga?
Ya. No se puede conectar. Stop. Let me try again one more time. If not, we're gonna do the meditation and we record it, and later on they can see the replay. That's the last try. Okay, everything happened for a reason, and if we more resist to that, it is harder for all of us, because then I can get how you react at the problems, even is in this.
Monica, sorry, Monica, you are now on Facebook.
Thank you. I can't see any messages. I don't know why, but whatever is working is great. So I'm just gonna say, guys, for the first 5 people that sign up, they're gonna have a free session with me that is worth $100, and that is gonna be one of my gifts. And sign up for the discovery call, because like that we can actually see if we're actually a match for each other. Me as your coach, and you as and we're matched to each other, because this is not for everybody. It's just for people who actually compromise with themselves. Hello, everyone. We're just waiting for some people to arrive. Oh my God. And we will be very soon starting our class. Now there's a, God, really Facebook. And whoever is in Facebook, please. I don't even know where I am. Or so like that, we know that actually you're here. Oh, find myself. We appreciate that very much. Okay. Well, I would like to do a meditation, and if everybody's okay with that. Again, I do not see the Facebook, but I guess everybody's gonna be fine with a meditation, and or you can leave. I don't want to pressure you, because I know we're about 10 minutes, and our meditation may take about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, and I'm not in Facebook. Well, I'm not gonna pressure myself, because or else I can't do the meditation, and I can connect you with the unconditional love. So everything is perfect how it is now. So let's close our eyes and take a big breath. Again, let's take another, close your eyes and take a big breath and take it to your stomach. And let it out through your mouth. Again, now we're gonna take it to our chest. Hold it. And let it out through your mouth. Again, let's take it to your chest. Hold it. And let it out through your mouth. Again, take it to your chest. Hold it. Let it out through your mouth. Now let's take it to your head. Hold it. Let it out through your mouth. Again, you're gonna take it to your head. Feel how your body relax more and more. Surrender to this moment. The next breath, you're gonna surrender a little bit more at this moment. Anchor your feet to the center of the earth. And from there, feel how the energy of Gaia start going up, up, up to your feet, up to your ankles, relaxing them more and more. Goes up to your stomach, up to your chest, up to your shoulders and arms and your hands, and you relax more and more. Now to your neck, front and back, up to your head, and the back of your head, you relax it more and more. The top of your head, you relax it more and more. In your eyes, behind your eyes, through your nose, inside your nose, through your mouth, inside your mouth. Now you surrender a little bit more in the next breath to this moment in the here and now. And now that your body is more relaxed, we're gonna go inside our heart. It can be some steps, or it might be flat. This is your experience going inside your heart. So start going down, down, down. And in there, you're gonna go inside in your heart. You're gonna see a natural pool, and the water is coming from deep inside. You have a source. The water is clear. The temperature of the water is just perfect. There is a light coming from the bottom. I want you to get into that natural pool, have volcanic rocks all around, and lay down in that water. Relax. Remember water's emotions. So surrender to this moment in the here and now. Surrender in your heart to your love, to yourself, to your higher self, to your divine part, to source. And now, any emotions that you can have in this moment, anything that is pressuring you, or making you feel uncomfortable, physical pains, let it go. Like if there were stains in your body, and with the water they just dissolve. Surrender those things. That doesn't help you for your highest good. I want you to surrender more and more. Any fears, any memories from your past that tell you that you do not worth it. Let them dissolve in this magical water. And this water is so magical because you can even dive in and you can breathe and you're completely safe and protected. There's nothing inside in that water except for your pure magic that is coming from you. So we're gonna dive in to find the source of that light that is in the bottom. It's reflecting to this crystalline water. It makes you feel peace, safe. Like this water, it is part of you, your own emotions. So you're gonna start going in deep and more deep into those emotions in your heart, looking for that source of light. And in there, you find a brilliant, brilliant diamond that is inside of your heart. It's indestructible because this diamond is magical too. Because the magic resides in your emotions that is in your heart. So that's why all this is magical. Now you imagine yourself that you go in inside of that diamond. Surrender to that energy that suck you in into that diamond. Inside your heart, inside that pool. And now you're inside of that diamond, inside of the pool that is projecting that beautiful light. That is the light source. That's the true being who you are. And you start feeling in this moment safe and protected and loved, very loved, because you realize that inside of that diamond, there are millions and billions of diamonds that they form that diamond, and they're just reflections of you. If you separate each one of the diamonds are just different aspects of you. But all together reside deep inside of your heart. They're just different emotions. And you can feel how that light of that diamond start purifying, cleaning, aligning, balancing all this water, that the water represents emotions, and is letting go any fears, any guilts, shames, anger, revenge, jealousy, insecurity. And you can see that little diamonds that they're part of the big diamond where you are at. They just become more unified and become a bigger pieces. They're not so tiny anymore. They start becoming a little bit bigger and start forming a more solid diamond because they are not more fragmented. This light is clearing and unifying you, and it's just through unconditional love to you. And you start realizing that the same diamond that you are inside, if you look everywhere, it looks like the cosmos, like the universe, because that diamond, that magical diamond, just transport you to the void. And in this wonderful void, where you already start clearing and cleaning all those emotions that doesn't help you for your highest good. Now the same universe is telling you, let's create the new you. What emotions would you like to experience? How would you like to live your life? What would you like to observe? Where would you like to live? Have mountains, rivers, beach, city, outskirts? What would you like to experience? Any visuals that you have right now, remember them because they're giving you a message. And you start seeing, feeling yourself that all this creation that you're doing to yourself in this moment, you're gonna breathe it in and let it out, where you are integrating the new you. In this moment. I'm gonna do some light language to anchor this new you. I Mayra. Mayra. Ala Amarabra. La Mara. Breathe it in. And let it out slowly so it can integrate slowly, easily, softly into your heart. Now you're going to imagine yourself getting out of the pool. Your clothes is completely dry. We thank all the beings for being here, our higher self, our divinity, our heart, and our unconditional love, source, and all our guides. And we start walking in those stairs from our heart. And we're coming out of our heart, feeling refreshed, happy, joyful, full of unconditional love. Now you can feel your legs and your arms. And whenever you're ready, you can stretch your legs and your arms and open your eyes. Well, I guess, guys, that I need to stop this recording. And let me know if someone wants to sign in. They have, we're in Thursday, if I'm not wrong, right? We're in Thursday. Yes, we're in Thursday. So, and Monday is the last day for the five first people that want to sign up to any of these programs. They will have free one of my therapies. And if you have any issues for the payments or things like that, or you need more time, just talk to me. Let's do a discovery call and just book one. You can drop me a message, or you can go to my email, or you can find me in Warrior of Love too. Thank you very much, guys. I love
Thank you, Moni.
Thank you, Moni. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.